Okay, so after you put the numbers in order to graph, this is what you have to do. Just pay attention to this, okay, and then I'll give you time to do it. All right? So you're gonna highlight the numbers that you have typed. So you're gonna highlight them. You're gonna go to insert, and then under insert, you're gonna go to the scatter plot. You see that scatter plot right here at the bottom? Can you guys see that, or should I make it a little bit bigger? Okay, so you see that scatter plot right here? You're gonna press that. You're gonna pick the first one. Do not pick any other ones. I don't know how many times I say that and students still pick the other ones. No, you're picking the first one only. It's called the scatter plot. Okay, can you do that? Are we done? Do we all have a scatter plot?
No, I don't.
Highlight, insert, go to scatter plot, and then pick the first one. Are we all good? Now, you see that when I get this, I'm not getting any axis title, I'm just getting a chart title, and then the graph is a little bit up. So there's things that we can do to fix this. Now, you get to play with Excel and then, have fun with it once you learn more about it. But these are the skills that I want you to take out of this class. Eyes on the board, please. So you see that plus button that you're seeing right here? Right? If you press that, it will give you a list of things that you can include. So axis title is one of them. You should have that axis title chosen. So you should have axis title. Okay? Now if you want to change, we'll talk about naming the axis in a second. If you want to change the scale, we're gonna change the scale of the y-axis. All what you have to do, you have to double click on the y-axis and then thing will come up. Okay? So you see that I can pick my minimum, I can pick my max, I can pick my major, minor units, and then so on and so forth. So you see that these points start around 25, right? And then they go up. So I don't even need 0 to 25 because then that's a waste of space, right? So what I can do is, so what I can do this is I can go to my minimum and start my minimum at 25. By doing this, you see that the graph has shifted, but remember that now your graph is starting at 25. You guys see that? So you're gonna double click on the y-axis. If you don't see whatever you see right now on my screen, you have to press that eyes on the board for a second. If you see something like this, for example, just press that green button and then there's axis option. There's the first one, which is axis option. That's the one that you need to use. Are we okay with this? All right, now, when it comes to, this is just making the graph pretty, nothing else so far. When it comes to naming the axis tiles, the title of the axis, so you're gonna have to go and delete this. So you have to go inside the text box, delete it. And then what do I say for the x, for the y-axis?
Years.
It's the y-axis is the age, right?
Yeah.
And then the x-axis, do the same thing. Make sure you're not deleting the box, you're deleting the letters inside the box. What should my chart title be? Canada's population, or is it the median age of Canada's population? It's the median age, right? Because it next to the table of values, there is this kind of title. The following table shows the median age of Canada's population, right? So I'm gonna use that in my chart title. You can add to it from 1975 to 2000.
Maya,
Yeah.
how do we increase the size of years and age?
How do you increase the size of years and age? You can go. I don't know if you can do that in here. It just mine was big because I made it big. It must be. Let's see. Actually, if you go and press right here, it's gonna give you this, right? And then you can go whatever size you want it to be. Right? You're okay with that? Okay. Do we all have the axis title and the title of the graph, and we have the graph set up and everything's good? Okay. You guys can have time on 15 minutes as long as you're paying attention to what I'm doing for now. So double click on the y-axis. Okay. How do you put what? Axis title? You have to press that box, axis title.
Should you put the value in the right place?
Yeah.
All right.
Did she teach her how to do the axis title?
All right. Are we all good with this so far? The important part is coming up, but you see all of this, the axis title, I'm expecting you to show me that, to have that when you're graphing. I'm expecting the title of the graph, and I'm expecting it to be nice and neat. All right, now, eyes on the board, please. There's different ways that you can enter regression line. Can I have your attention here, and then we'll fix that in a bit. So in order to do regression line, if you see that plus sign, that would be great. You can put plus, and then you can put trend line. But this is not my favorite way to go, because then I have to go another way to find the equation. My favorite way to go is press on any of the points. When you press on any of the points, you're gonna highlight all the points. You're gonna right click and add trend line. Do you guys see that? So press on one of the points, that will highlight all the points, right click, add trend line. Can you all do that, please? So when you add the trend line, you're gonna see the dotted point, and that is the line of best fit. Did we all do that? Do we all have a line of best fit? So click on one of the points, right click, add trend line. I want you. Okay. Click, right click, okay? Okay, I don't know what's going on. You know what, leave this for a minute, there's a lot of things that's happening. All right, so now, you see on the right side where the format trend line comes out? right? So on right here, you'll see that exponential linear. I don't want to repeat it, so please pay attention. You have exponential, linear, logarithm, polynomial, power, and moving average. The ones that we're going to use are exponential, linear, and polynomial. These are the only ones that we're going to use. In this case, we're going to use linear because it's a straight line. You can see that it's a straight line, and you can see it fits almost perfectly, right? It's not perfect. Okay, now, I want the equation of the graph. So the equation of the graph, if you look at the bottom, it says display equation on chart and display R squared value on chart. So these are the two things that you need to tick off. So display equation on chart, and you see the equation coming up, and then I'm gonna undo a few things just for a second. Format, trend line, right. Okay, so you're gonna display equation on the chart and then display R squared value on chart. So you're gonna display both of them. The equation of the chart, that is the line of that's the equation of the line. Okay, so y equals mx plus b. What's your m? What's your m? 0.3771. And what is your b? The y-intercept.
Minus 717.57.
Mm-hmm. And the R squared basically tells you how good does your line fit your points. The closer this point is to 1, the better it is. It's never going to be above 1, right? So in this case, it's 0.9995, so that's very close to 1, so that's a good fit. Okay, are we good with this? So that means I picked a good trend line, right? If I pick something else, like if I pick another kind of trend line, then it's not going to be a good R squared. So this is your graph. Okay. Now, what do you do in order for you to let's say if you're doing an assignment, you want to copy this and put it on Word document, right? There's different tools that you can use. So this is the tools that you're going to use on this computer, and any computer has this tool anyway. So if you go to the original desktop and then you go to snip. If you write snip, so you have the snipping tool. And then what you can do with the snipping tool, I'm gonna move it on the side, away from my graph. And then I'm gonna use the snipping tool to snip my graph. So I'm gonna go new and snip. So this is my graph. I can command or right click copy, and then you can paste it into Word document. Okay, so this is for your assignment. This is what you have to do.
Could you go back from accessing the snipping tool? I didn't see how you do that. This one. I got the snipping tool to the side.
You have to press new on the snipping tool.
Okay.
And then you're gonna just make a kind of like a square thing around. Guys, when I'm explaining something, pay attention and then you can do it after. Okay? Okay, so what you can do right now, if you want, you can copy this and paste it on Word document, right? And then this way you know what to do on the assignment. Are we okay with this? Are we okay with this? So we know how to make a graph. We know how to Make the axis, write the title, we know how to add a trend line and an equation of a line. Are we okay with this? I'm gonna take it as a yes. Okay,